Good morning, everybody. This is Kevin. I'd like to welcome you to another edition of HRD 631, The Adult Learner. We are now in week number 8, which I want to congratulate everybody for making it this far. This video will give you an overview of the materials in this week, also give you a list of to-dos and what videos to watch, what things to do, etc. You know the drill. Okay. So as you can see on the screen, I've gone to Content, Week number 8, Materials, Overview, Week 9, Advanced Organizer. So in this week, you can see there's a video. The video will be posted. The one that I'm recording right now will be posted right here. So the topics, these are really important topics, and I'll just touch upon them briefly as we move down. But we've two topics. We've critical theory, postmodern and feminist perspectives in adult education or adult learning, and then learning about adult learners and adult learning from the lives of others. So these really refer to excerpts of books that you are going to read this week. So what do you specifically need to do this week? Well, focus in on Chapter 10, read Chapter 10, also electronic reserves. This is an article. I think this is an important article to read, but if you're going to let up on something, this could be considered optional also. Also, whatever one of these you want to read, you go to the electronic reserves and just say you're going to read Taylor's My Stroke of Insight. These are not full books. They're just excerpts. Now, the reason behind these is by reading about them, you learn a tremendous amount about the person and people and how they learn and the process that they went through. View, there's a PowerPoint that I developed on these on this chapter. There's a YouTube video, and you can see, I'll show you where those are in 1 second. And then we have a participation in a discussion question. This has to do with feminist pedagogy and women ways of learning. The assignment, which is due today, which is the learning reflection paper. If you have any trouble hitting that due date, which is today at midnight, please let me know. I am more than happy to work with anybody. So in this chapter, we're really looking at power issues and how society is structured and the effect of adult education. But how specifically the empowerment, race, class, gender, power of oppression, and knowledge and truth. So these are all really important topics that we're going to be studying this week. We're going to be reading about them this week. I want to say that there's been a tremendous amount of progress since the mid-'80s when this book, Women Ways of Learning, came out and the research did, and you're going to be studying that this week. But I will withhold my opinions on that until everybody reads the materials and then post in the discussion post on that particular topic. I'd like you to read the excerpts, and then when you're reading those, I'd like you to consider these questions down here. You don't need to submit this. This is more for you, and it's an effort to help you try to understand how adults learn from their own experiences and reading about that. So the discussion questions have to do with women ways of knowing and feminist perspectives. There's 2 questions there. Then we have an advanced organizer for week number 9, which is next week. So I'm going to come down here and show you what's involved. The PowerPoint is on Chapter 10. There's a YouTube video on feminist pedagogy, women ways of knowing, advanced organizer for 19. And then I added a new section this week. This is kind of significant points from Chapter 10. This gives you an idea of what is in there, but I want to just focus in on this, the effect of race, class, gender, and power and oppression. So this, I look at this, what's posted here, as just a stepping stone for you to seek additional information on the subject. So that I title Significant Points from Chapter 10. We have a discussion post, which has to do with women ways of knowing and feminist pedagogy. So I'd like you to answer both of these questions. I'll go through them. Please explain your understanding of the feminist perspective of adult education. And as an educator, is teaching women different than teaching men? Please explain. The second part is the research for Women Ways of Knowing was conducted back in the mid-1980s. Do you feel the research and ideas developed through the research are still relevant in today's society? So please specifically answer that question, support it, and say anything else you want. I don't expect you to write books here. 100, 200 words is fine, but if you need to go over that is perfectly acceptable. I believe that this is a very important topic, and I will certainly share some of my experiences in an optional Zoom meeting that we have on Wednesday, and that's announced in the announcement. The assignment that's due today is right here. I see a few people have already submitted. You can click on that, and that's where you submit your assignment. So that is it for this week. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know, and we'll figure out a way to deal with that. I just wanted to, before I sign off, I just wanted to reiterate that we will be having an informal and optional Zoom meeting coming up on Wednesday, October 21st at 6:30 p.m. I don't anticipate this will be a long Zoom session, but feel free to show up. A couple of the ideas I might want to touch upon the women ways of knowing and your answers that people have posted at that point, but it can also be just a question and answer period. So if you can make it, that would be great. If you can't, don't worry about it. I will post a recording of the Zoom session. So I hope you have a really great week. Congratulations on finishing the first half of the class. We are now in the second half, and I look forward to working with you and learning alongside of everybody in the next 7 weeks. Thank you, everybody. Bye.